is going on, my people of the planet? I am D Venom, and allow me to raise your vibrations. I refrain from playing any music or having any effects because there's something weighing on my heart, and it's been weighing on my heart for a while now. And I think that it's time that I, talked about this situation. And I think once I talk about it and release it, I'll feel a lot better. Anyway, I've been noticing a change within myself, and I think it was a couple of days ago, there was an insect in my apartment, and I took some tissue and I kind of squeezed it and picked it up, and I would usually flush it down the toilet, kill it, do whatever. I just know that I would kill it. And for some reason, I opened up the front door and released the bug. I didn't kill it. A few minutes ago, before creating this particular episode, there was something that resembled a roach, but I don't think that that's what it is. And it's crawling along, and I thought about killing it, but I didn't. I just let it go, let it be, and wherever it is, hopefully it don't reproduce. But I don't know. I didn't feel the need to kill it. I didn't feel like it was a threat to me. Now, had it been a roach, then yes, I would have killed it and then some. But this was an innocent bug going about its business, just like me going about my business. And I guess the biggest thing is this small bug compared to my big ass. I mean, just imagine my big foot coming down on this small, innocent bug. Something that's probably been here way before I've been here. And I don't know. I'm starting to learn how to live with these elements instead of getting rid of them, because we're all here, a part of this eco-economical system for a reason. And though I don't like bugs like that, I'm starting to respect them. And I think the more that I respect them, the more that they'll, leave me alone, because I'm doing the same in return. Anyway, you guys, excuse me. I hope that all of my people are staying on. Let me get a drink of something real quick, you guys. I apologize. I'm hoping that you all are staying on. There's another bug, and it's the same kind as the one that I just seen. Interesting. Now, I'm not sure if I want to kill it or not, but it looks like it's already somewhat hurt because it's on its back. And it's moving around in a circle like it's trying to get back on its feet. I am going to allow nature to play its course. If it's meant for this bug to survive, then it will survive. If it is meant for this bug to pass away and go on, then so be it. Anyway, you guys, I hope that all of my people of the planet are staying on the straight and narrow and not doing anything to lower and jeopardize those vibrations. Oh, the bug has gotten back on its feet. Oh, I see. Let me see. 1 second, you guys. I'm really focused on this bug. Oh, it's trying to get out. Okay, I have my microphone and stuff on a cooler. The type of cooler that you put food and beverages in. And on top of the cooler, there are sections where you set drinks in. And this particular bug is trapped in one of those little circular things and is trying to get out. And the more that it climbs up this one particular part, it flips down and, flips on its back. So, yeah. Anyway, this bug is going through a struggle. And I can't help it because I am in the middle of recording. And eventually it will find its way out, hopefully. Anyway, you guys, if I didn't say it, I hope all of my people of the planet are staying on that straight and narrow, etc., etc. Now, what is, what is weighing on my heart is a story in regard to a person that I met a while back. I will refrain from telling their name for the simple fact they have a very, very, very unique name, such as myself. And I love their name, to be quite frank with you. And the fact that I have a lot of Arizona listeners, some of you motherfuckers just may know this individual. Anyway, this is when I was wrapped up in the Matrix hardcore. I was high this particular night, and I was on the prowl looking for, a scallywag, a victim. And this is also, I think, when I was working, I was working for the casino. Anyway, I came to this gas station. There was a guy sitting out in the front. I guess they were trying to get whatever they were trying to get from the gas station, but the clerk of the gas station was on break and they had a sign in the window and whatever else the case may be. So the person was waiting for them to come in. I needed gas, but I also wanted to work this particular person. So I pulled into... Hold on, you guys. I'm keeping my eye on this particular bug. Okay, anyway, I went into the gas station and, no, I didn't go into the gas station. I pulled into the gas station and, hold on. This bug is about to be free and I want to keep an eye on it. There you go. You're about to fall off the cliff. You see how far that drop is, huh? You don't want to go there. I'm sorry, you guys. I am really tripping out on this bug. So let me move because I'm ADHD and I'm very easily distracted. Okay. All right. So I pulled into this gas station and the person told me that the gas station is pretty much closed for now. Whoever works at the counter is on break. And we sparked up a conversation with each other. And I could tell this person was under the influence of something. What? I don't know at this particular point. Anyway, I started asking for a cigarette and all of that type of shit. My usual game. You got a cigarette? You smoke G? Try to work the palate a little bit. See where I'm going with this and see how they react. Anyway, I'm working them and they can kind of sense it. And they were like, basically they're not gay or anything like that. They're cool with gay people, and they're straight. And I still didn't give a fuck about that. I still tried to work what I seen. As I'm driving along, I see something that's cute and vulnerable, and I am the lion and they are the antelope, and I want meat. I want to feed. So that was my prey at the time. Anyway, this person had quite a few tattoos, very nicely built, the Caucasian. And I mistaken them for a scallywag. Well, come to find out, the gas station clerk wasn't going to be back for a while. I didn't get gas because the gas station clerk wasn't there. So the person told me about another gas station that was further down the street, and we could go there if I would give them a ride, and they would give me, some gas money or whatever in return. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So they hop in my vehicle and we mosey on down the street, and we're talking and whatever else. And they were like, if you want, you can come back to my place and, chill out and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. And they're still on the platonic level, me on the sexual level, because I'm high, I'm on methamphetamine. Anyway, we get to this gas station, and I see the person buying a case of beer. And at this point, I don't know if they knew that I was high on anything. I don't think I told them that I was high on methamphetamine at that point. But they buy a case of beer, and that was pretty much it. So I then take them back to their place. And this is a very macho, straight male that we're talking about. Military background, fire department background, just one of those straight men that will take a finger and put it over their nostril to blow snot clear out of the other. Straight man. Anyway, I'm looking at this place, and it's a nice big ass place. And we go inside. Well, before we go inside, I see a bunch of beer cans just all in the front yard. And that let me know right there that this person has some form of addiction. And if we went to the gas station to, if they were waiting that long for the clerk to come out, off a break at the first gas station, then I can just imagine how long they will wait. The thing of it is, in a nutshell, this person is an alcoholic, or was an alcoholic, but at this time they were a full-blown alcoholic. When I went inside of the place, it was filthy. I forgot how many bedrooms, but it's a nice place had they fixed it up. But they were getting ready to move anyway, so this is why it looked the way that it looked, aside from them being a macho straight man and just being filthy. Anyway, I'm conversing with this straight macho man, and the conversations that we had were very, very good conversations. Some of them were sexual, a lot of homoerotic shit. And in the gay community, a dude like this is a major score. bitches will want your autograph had you had this motherfucker. I'm telling you. Bitch, how you get him? Girl, yeah, he is fine. Yes, honey. Yes, how you get that, honey? I mean, there will be all up in your business, paper and pencil out, taking notes and all type of motherfucking shit. And, bitch, give me your autograph, hoe. I mean, yes, bitch, you scored with that one. You did that. And that's how it is in the gay community. And this type of person, these faggots would eat. I'm telling you. Anyway, somehow down the line, I do believe that I told this person that I have an addiction. And my addiction is methamphetamine, because I'm telling you, our conversations were really deep conversations. And I told them we did party on occasion with each other. And they would always ask me, why do I want to be gay? Blah, 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 blah. And why did I want pussy? And it's just, I don't want it. Why don't you want some dick? It's as simple as that. And anyway, they would always ask me. And I'm honestly thinking that this person probably was curious or is curious. I wouldn't doubt if they allowed a man to suck their dick before. But because of the stigma and because they're so macho with it and whatever the case may be, they wouldn't come out the closet. Anyway, I befriended this person for at least 4 months or 5 months before they ended up moving. And between that time, we are getting fucked up on alcohol, because at this point, we both know each other's addictions. And they would always call me over. I would get off work, go over there, come home, sleep, go to work, It was on and popping, no sexual activity, even though I tried it my hardest. And that was even more of a sexual, aphrodisiac, trying to get something that that you could possibly get, but you can't, and it's really hard to get, and you're just trying, and it aroused me, trying to get at this person, and knowing that I could possibly score, but I possibly couldn't score. Anyway, I got to meet this person's family, and I could tell that this person had a prejudice side to them, because when they met me, they were ignorant to my people. Just put it that way. And the fact that we are some educated individuals, not all of us. And that's with any race. There's some educated people within every race, and there's some not so educated people within every race. And then there's the in-between. Anyway, I guess he thought that I was one of those thuggish individuals that just didn't have any etiquette about myself. And then when he heard me speak and he seen my demeanor and things of that particular nature, slowly over time, it started to change his perception of my people. And even his aunt that I met via the telephone was like, how did you change him? Blah, 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 blah. They, would always have something to say about, black people and yada, yada, yada. And, and it was some derogatory things that would be said about my people. But I came along and I changed a lot of things in this young man's life. And they've done the same thing in return. It was a mutual experience for the both of us in regard to our alleged friendship. Anyway, I met their grandmother, whom has Alzheimer's, and the grandmother, she's so cute. She, with this beard and everything that I have, thought that I was this person's girlfriend. And I wish that I was this person's girlfriend, but a lot of people started to speculate within this person's family that we were an item because we had became that close of friends. I was always over there. I spent the night on that nasty ass floor. It probably had boogers on it and everything, but that didn't matter to me. This is my friend. When I was homeless, and even when I wasn't homeless, I would take myself and put it in their environment, and I would sit on that nasty ass floor, or ground, or wherever they were. Who knows who pissed and shit and fucked on it and whatever else and cummed on it. But I would place myself in these people's environments and become them. And this is what I did with this particular person. I became them, and and I seen their addiction firsthand. They were such an alcoholic to the point where they would not feed themselves. I would go to the gas station or something and buy a sandwich, some chips, something to drink. You are going to eat, because he is or was a stone cold alcoholic. And here I am, the methamphetamine addict, trying to help the alcoholic when I am trying and need to help my own damn self. Anyway, there were occasions when I spent the night and I seen this person's alcoholism firsthand. They would get so drunk and they would pass out in bed. And one time I just heard like, I heard that type of noise. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm looking in their room and I just wasn't following the noise. So underneath the bed, I'm hearing, and I didn't go in the room, but I went far enough in between the door of the living room and their bedroom to know that they were pissing themselves. That's what that stream was. That's what that noise was. It was a stream of piss. And you would think that they were standing at a motherfucking urinal because they pissed for a long motherfucking time. And this proved what they aunt, the one that I met via the telephone, who was very shocked that their nephew had a friendship with an African American or a brown person, more or less gay. But we'll get more into that in a little bit. It proved what they said in regard to how bad their alcohol addiction is. They said that their alcohol addiction is so bad that they would piss and shit themselves. I didn't see the shit factor. I did see the piss factor. And it kind of hurt my heart to see that, knowing that I'm going through my own addiction, but I was still trying to be there for someone else. And anyway, hold on, you guys. Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to be there for someone else when they're going through their struggle. Anyway, we had a really cool relationship, and it was unfortunate that they sprung it upon me that they were getting ready to move to Mexico. Anyway, before they moved to Mexico, their addiction really got the best of them, and it was to the point where it was time for some counseling to come into play. It was time to go to AA. They had an appointment to go to Alcoholics Anonymous, like a meeting, and they've been putting it off. Well, here I come, this person that's on methamphetamine that was trying to work this individual and have sex with them. I go from that to going to a meeting with them. I wasn't planning on going to any meetings or whatever, but I'm on the phone with the aunt, and the aunt was talking to me. And they were like, they've been putting off this meeting for the longest. And they were like, why don't you go with them? Because at this point, I do believe the aunt, they knew that I had a methamphetamine addiction. Because I think somewhere around, no, I didn't tell them anything. The nephew did. The nephew was very outspoken, very much, they were just like, yeah, these are meth, blah, 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 blah. And, they didn't give a fuck, and so that's how the aunt found out about my addiction. But anyway, the aunt was like, you should go with them, blah, 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 as a mean of support. And I didn't think twice about it. I'm just like, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with them and, for support. So the person came over to pick him up for the meeting. And I'm like, well, is it cool as a friend that I go with? I don't have to be a part of the meeting. I just want to go as a form of support. And they were like, yeah, that's fine, yada, yada, yada. So and mind you, the person that my friend at this time, and still is, we haven't had any altercations or nothing, but mind you, they smell like vomit because they had threw up on themselves because we were smoking methamphetamine, and I guess it was the taste of it was just extremely nasty to them, and they ended up throwing it up, and ended up throwing up. And they had vomit all over their clothes and whatever else. And this is the same shit that they wore to the meeting the following day. This is how bad their alcohol addiction was, or probably still is. Anyway, the guy came and picked him up, and I followed and trailed along. And I'm on the phone with the aunt, and the aunt is just tripping out and was just like, who the fuck are you type Not in that sense, but that's what it kind of made me feel. You're like, who the fuck are you? Here you are, this black person that comes along, and my nephew has a thing about, black people. He always talks about you guys, and jokes about, black people and the N word, blah, 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 blah. But you have such an influence on my nephew. And then they thought that we were an item, are you two together and all of this type of stuff? And they kept asking me, and I kept telling them, no, we're not anything of that particular nature. We're just friends. And they were like, well, I wouldn't care if my nephew was gay, blah, 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 and, I'm just like, well, I don't know if they're gay or not. At this point, I think that they are struggling with their sexuality, and this is where the alcoholism comes into play. Now, mind you, they are moving to Mexico, and they have a friend that has a huge gang of property out there, and they have a hotel or something out there. The person that is supposed to be my friend has a gay friend that owns all of this property. Now, I am not, from some of the stories that was told to me from my ex-friend, or whatever you want to call it, it seemed like dude tried to get at my army friend. And even the aunt and I talked about it. You are an older gay man. You got all this motherfucking money, all these Mexicans working for you and whatever else. You are, because most, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Most motherfucking gay men that are older, that has money or whatever, are tricks. And they trick off their money for some young dick. And they can get girls, and they can have parties. They can do all type of shit like they do in Hollywood. You know, you got a little money or whatever the case may be, you can make some shit happen. I know something happened between the army guy and the motherfucker in Mexico. I already know it. I am too, like right now, while I'm telling y'all this story, I am feeling. I am too much of an empath. I wasn't born on Halloween for nothing. I am very heightened when it comes to sensitivities. I feel the fact that this motherfucker got his dick sucked and probably fucked this motherfucker in Mexico. I don't care. I know it. Anyway, I go to the meeting with my army friend. I stay on the outside. Even though I was invited in the inside, I didn't go in knowing that I needed that meeting as much as what my army friend needed that meeting. And once it was over and done with, I stuck around. And I was jealous, you know, of my army friend. You know, I when I seen him, you know, making other relationships with these people at meetings and stuff like that, and giving phone numbers and shit like that, I was, you know, jealous of that, because this is my friend. You know what I'm saying? And aside from me trying to get some of that damn dick. But I'm glad that didn't even happen. The closest that we came to anything was when his drunk ass took my face and his face and re-rubbed cheeks on, you know, with each other, and that was pretty much it. You know, not booty cheeks, but our face cheeks, you know. But he was happy in regard to being at that meeting and attending it. And I stayed on the phone with his aunt off and on because she was getting on my nerves, asking me if her nephew was gay. Anyway, I stayed on the phone with him I stayed on the phone with her off and on until the meeting was over and he was out. And she was so proud that he completed that meeting. And even my army friend was proud of himself that he went. Do you think he went again? Shit, that was the last meeting that seen his motherfucking ass. Okay, I can tell you that. Anyway, and this is prior to him moving to Mexico, you know, but anyway, we hung out some more, you know, prior to them getting ready to move. And, they thanked me for being their friend. And, you know, they were just like, you know, thank you so much for being my friend. And I just really thought that we had a genuine friendship. But people, places, and things will test that friendship and let you know where you stand in regard to all of that. And I know where I stand in regard to our friendship. So anyway, this person, you know, we hung out a little more, done a little more methamphetamine and drank more beers and shit like that. And they gave me quite a few things before they ended up moving. And I still have those things. I didn't give them away. And they ended up moving to Mexico, and we kept in contact quite a bit. And they were telling me that their mom, the sister of the aunt that I was speaking with, they were saying that the mom was accusing him of being a faggot. And I'm just like, well, I thought it was funny, you know, because the way he said it, he's so straight, you know, and it's just, well, allegedly so straight. Yeah, my mom's accusing me of being a fucking faggot, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I'm not a fucking faggot, blah, blah, you know, I mean, just, he was snapping off. And I honestly, I don't, you know, that's pretty much the last time that I heard from him. And aside from the fact that he was drunk, slept in his truck, I mean, just all type of shit. So it's just like, allegedly you were supposed to be moving to Mexico to get your life in order and help out with this hotel and all this type of shit. And you're still on the same shit. You're still out there drinking. You're still out there, you know, hoeing around and whatever else the case may be. And, you know, yeah. So anyway, aside from, but he's still living a party life. You know what I'm saying? And here I am, you know, back in Phoenix, trying to get my shit together, you know, but still doing methamphetamine, you know, while working at the casino. And anyway, I noticed that the phone calls started to diminish, and I started to not hear from them like that anymore. And I see on Facebook, because we're Facebook friends, you know, your friend, I'm going to call him the army guy, commented on this, you know, picture, your friend this, your friend that. And I was calling them and it would go straight to voicemail. And I'm just like, okay, what is this all about? So I hit him up via Facebook to find out, you know, and I was commenting on pictures that they would upload and all type of shit, you know, just trying to be that friend. And anyway, this is making me feel so much better talking about this, because I was really bummed about our friendship. But anyway, I hit them up via Facebook to find out, you know, what's going on, you know, why haven't you hit me up? And, you know, where do I stand with this friendship, or does this friendship even stand at all? They hit me back and was like, you know, everything's fine, everything's cool, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm just having I lost my phone and I'm having some issues with my phone. And, you know, when I get it figured out, I'll, you know, hit you up or some shit like that. They're very brief, you know, when it comes to conversations. Well, sometimes they're very brief. I mean, they'll cut you off real quick. They hung up on their aunt on several of occasions when, you know, we were hanging out, you know, I mean, they're a no nonsense person. And even the aunt told me, because I tried to cross boundaries a couple of times, and the aunt was like, you know, be careful, Papa, because it was blood on the wall, because they had a roommate, in regard to my, alleged friend. He had some roommates, and I guess he and one of the guy roommates got into it and was fighting and all this type of shit, and got blood all over the motherfucking place and whatever. And another thing I didn't too much care about in regard to my alleged friend, now, before we stopped talking, because they, you know, invited me to come out to Mexico and chill, allegedly there's not a lot of black people in Mexico, which, you know, whatever. I wasn't planning on going to Mexico anyway, but I would have went had this friendship worked out and, you know, whatever else. But they invited me to come out to Mexico and stay in their room, and basically that's where I would be. Because for one, there's not a lot of black people in Mexico. For two, you know, I'm somewhat flamboyant gay, and they don't want to be embarrassed. And that pissed me off. And it's just like, look, if I'm coming out to Mexico and if I'm spending my money on a vacation, so to speak, then I am going to enjoy myself, and I'm going to go. I mean, I'm going to be free, just like I am here in Phoenix, motherfucking Arizona. I'm a free motherfucking spirit, and if people don't like that, then I don't need to be in their motherfucking country or state or town or whatever else the case may be. And, you know, the fact that you want to seclude me in your room and let that be the reason, then no, I'm not going to allow you to treat me like that. And, you know, that, yeah. So anyway, I believe his mother accusing him of being a faggot is, or has, a lot to do with why they are backing away from my or our friendship. Now, on my Facebook page, even though I don't fuck with Facebook, I have a couple of pictures on there, and they're of me, but I have makeup on, and some of them are filtered where I have my cleavage pushed together to emulate breast. And I can imagine his mother and the aunt going to my Facebook page, and I swear my neighbors upstairs don't know how to pick up a motherfucking chair and put it underneath the fucking table. Anyway, I believe stigma and comments and things like that are coming from the family, especially the grandmother thinking that I'm his girlfriend, that probably got to him, and he steered away from the friendship due to that, because Facebook tells your business and tells a little bit too much of it. The fact that you are constantly on Facebook commenting on certain pictures and shit like that, and whatever else the case may be, and the fact that you've been to Arizona, you came to Arizona, you took pictures, you post them on Facebook, and you didn't even bother to come by and see me, or check or call to see how I was doing. You have a phone. I am too motherfucking empathic. You're not going to lie to me and tell me that you don't have a phone. You have a phone, and you are active, and whatever else the case may be, because you're too motherfucking active on Facebook and shit, and you're too busy posting pictures and all of this type of stuff. So, I'm not falling for that. I just know that I've been blocked, and that's just that. And, you blocked me because of the fact that you feel a particular way about your own motherfucking self. You are still out there in Mexico living amongst a gay man in his on his property, and whatever the case may be. And yeah, you're doing some work for this motherfucker in exchange for, a room and board, but on the same token, you rooming and boarding with that damn dick. I can tell you that. But it pisses me off, when people come into my life, and I have a playlist on my YouTube platform. It is called Source Why. I just want to know. I know that some certain friendships are seasons, lifetimes, and I thought this was for a reason that was going to last throughout some seasons and become a lifetime in regard to our friendship. But I guess I'm just trying to figure out why the source, and I know they're learning lessons, why put me through that, because it's hurtful. I didn't have to do this, but I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. I didn't go inside, but I went as a form of support. Just like the motherfucker at the laundromat, not the laundromat, but at the hotel that lost his mother's bracelet in one of the washing machines, or either the dryer, and this was sentimental to him, and he said he cried about it and everything. And this is what made me get him a energy bracelet when I was at Sprout Farmers Market. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. I would go on a limb for my friends, because I'm a Scorpio, and this is what we do. We're very loyal creatures. But on the same token, I don't get that in return. And it really does fuck me up, and I really thought that I had a friendship when it came down to this person. If that's the case, I could have just kept on working them and probably got my ass beat and some everything else. But I stopped all of that to respect the friendship. And the fact that you are on Facebook and other social media platforms posting and being active and everything, you have source to a phone. And even if you didn't, your little faggot ass friend, I'm pretty sure, has source to a phone that you can use. And, let me get a deal call real quick and just, see how this motherfucker is. But I already know what that, and, you're still partying. You are still, that alcoholic. And if that's the case, then I truly don't want any parts of it, because when this motherfucker drinks, he can just be yeah. And if it's meant for our friendship not to continue on, then I guess it's just meant for it not to continue on. As I said, it's even I went on my YouTube platform because I was trying to help them with a YouTube platform, because they're really good at spearfishing and they love the water and stuff. This is another reason why they went back to Mexico, because this is not the first time that they lived in Mexico. They post pictures of the fish that they catch and stuff like that, and they're really good at cooking, even though I was afraid to eat at their place, because it was so nasty. But they're good at all of that type of stuff. And I was telling my tribe, hey, follow, such and such, because they're getting ready to, start a YouTube channel. And I was appraising them and, just telling how good they are at spearfishing and all that stuff. This is my friend, so why wouldn't I do this for my friend? And look how I get treated now that you're pretty much gone from Phoenix and now you're in Mexico. Do you think you're better than me now? Or, what is it? I don't know. Is it up to me to find out? Probably not. Sometimes the universe puts a period at the end of something to make it a sentence and leave it as that. I done what I was supposed to do in that situation as a light worker. I brought light and joy to this person when they needed it the most. And even though I was going through my own dark period, I still brought this motherfucker light. And to ignore me and treat me as if I'm the cause of what you are eternally going through is not motherfucking right. And this is what I want to tell them. And then I can be through with the friendship. But I honestly want to tell them this, because you feel a particular way about your own self, because you have them internal struggles with your own being. You want to throw me to the side as a friend. You were so happy back here in Phoenix to be my friend. Oh, I'm so thankful that you're my friend, blah, 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 blah. But then when you get out to Mexico, you have all these other motherfucking friends that you're hitting up via Facebook, and I'm the only one that you haven't hit up. Okay, some friend. But it's okay, because this is my time to shine, my time to blossom, my time to grow, my time to excel, my time to succeed, my time to win, my time to cross the finish line. It's simply D's time. And though it took me nearly 50 years for it to be my time, I still have a good half of a decade to make some shit happen. And I'm going to. And it's people such as yourself, Mr. Army Man, that encourages me to do better, encourages me to cross that finish line, encourages me to become successful, and just simply encourages me. And I'm going to do it. I haven't done methamphetamine since August 24th of 2024. Yourself personally, you probably couldn't say that in regard to your alcoholism, because you're probably still within it. And this is what the universe is probably wanting me to see. You don't need friends like that in your life. So I wanted to share that story with you guys, and I'm glad that I did, because I feel so much better. I really do. I was going to share it with my YouTubers, and I still might, but I have more of a listening ear here on my Podbean podcast, and I know that you guys would listen. And your listening, honestly, gives me comfort. It helps me. It just helps me. All right, you guys. I just wanted to share that story, get it off my chest, and I hope that Mr. Army Man is having the best time of his life out there in Mexico. You know what I mean? Because even though I'm not spearfishing, and even though I'm not living in a hotel by the ocean, and even though I'm not doing half of the stuff that they're doing, buying new trucks and shit like that before they left, and I drove the truck, they let me drive it. I mean, a really good friend. We had a really good friendship. But, yeah. And who's to say, maybe that friendship will blossom somewhere in the sometime in the near future. As of right now, it's just not meant to be like that. I reached out to you. You reached back out. I do believe I reached out again, and you didn't reach out. I may reach out, see what's happening, but I can't always do that. I can't always be the person that extends the olive branch, only for it to get snapped off on the ends. Other people have to extend that olive branch and let me, grab hold to it. It can't always be the other way around, because I get tired of extending that branch. Shit, pretty soon there ain't gonna be no motherfucking branch to extend, because I'm gonna chop that motherfucker off. Shit, and put it, baby, anyway. All right, my people, I'm about to end this episode. I should have been cleaning up and doing all type of stuff, and I'm putting on makeup and taking pictures for social media and all type of shit. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, because we can be there for people, but will people be there for us? In most cases, no. And this is why I am a genuine misanthrope. People don't give a fuck about other people's feelings these days. And the older that I get, and the more that I stand into my power, and the more that I practice semen retention, which I have not popped off or anything like that in regard to masturbation or sexual intercourse with anyone, I have kept my essence to myself. I'm going to be one powerful being. All right, my people of the planet, you guys be good. Stay on that straight and narrow, and test your friends. Make sure they are your friends, because you definitely don't need no fake motherfuckers in your life. I can tell you that right now. All right, my beautiful people, I'm about to go. I am D Venom. Out. Lots of LLS. Love, light, and support, you guys. I'm out.